Hi. Welcome to Never Cast Off Podcast. My name is Debbie. I'm Deb's Destiny on Ravelry and Facebook. And I haven't figured out Instagram yet. My cell phone's quite old. It's kind of sad. Anyways, so maybe this week or next week or maybe next month. I don't know, soon. And this is...
My name is Sheila. My ID on Instagram and Ravelry. Thank you.
Is blue yarn.
It's
Always.
blue yarn always.
Oh.
And that's where you can locate me if you care to chat or follow me on Instagram.
She needs some more stalkers.
Oh, getting pretty good. But I think today is August
8th.
August the 8th.
So it's winter here, where we are. No, it's not winter here. Oh my gosh.
No, that would be
winter,
horrible.
It's winter in Australia.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
And so it's colder over there. And so it's about to start getting lighter for you guys because it's getting darker over here for us. At least that's what I hear. I'm not usually up that early in the morning.
I have noticed on August 3rd, usually when I go to work 7 a.m., that it's usually pretty bright outside, and it's been getting darker. And I noticed at 9 o'clock here in Michigan, it's not as light as it used to be. So something's changing. But anyway, enough about the weather. This is a knitting podcast.
But every once in a while, it's so much fun.
If I was getting paid what a weatherman gets paid, I would definitely be a weatherman.
Yeah.
I would be a weatherman.
I might have to think about that. I don't know. Okay, so we have a couple new folks that wanted to say hi.
Hi!
Hi! So thank you so much for saying hi. We love hearing from you guys and saying hi because you guys know more about us than we do about you guys. So we love being able to hear from you guys. So
That is so true. So true.
Seriously. So let's see.
We have, Tiffany. She was in our group, and her Rav ID was apostolic knitter. We messed it up.
I'm sorry, and probably because we messed it up so badly, she changed her name. I'm sorry, really.
She did change her name.
I'm sorry. So she's Penguin Freak 88 now,
and her name is Tiffany, and she has a lovely podcast.
Yeah.
Go check her out on YouTube.
She's down south, so it's something where it's a little bit warmer down there than here, so it's great. And then Annette.
Annette. Hi, Annette. Mama Grizzly Knits.
Thank you.
Yep, and she also has a podcast and a Rav group, so you should go check her out. She's so sweet.
And then there's Jan.
And we got another podcaster, Jan.
And
she's from Michigan.
Designs.
Yep.
And she's a podcaster and Etsy shop. So her information is on the welcome thread.
It sure is.
So
go check her podcast out, too.
We create the different names of the threads, and then I quickly forget what they are.
It's the welcome thread. We should make a thread, what's your podcast? Because I know there's a lot of Ravelry groups out there that have threads, what's your favorite podcast or podcast that you love. But we could make a thread maybe with what's your podcast. You know, promote yourself. Not just the podcast that you watch, but maybe promote yourself.
Or something about, podcasts.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Let's
if you got
Talk
a
podcast. Maybe how about Let's Talk Podcast?
There you go. Let's Talk Podcast. We'll make that group. Promote yourself in there. Not the podcast that you watch, but promote yourself in there.
Feel free to the ones that you watch. We always like to hear the ones that are good that are out there too. So that's fine too. So how about next we get to escapees?
I have no escape. Wait a minute. Don't you go first?
I was almost excited.
Wait a minute, because let me think about it.
Yeah, you always have something. Oh, well, I don't know if you want to do those. Okay, so
No.
I worked on a pattern. I have a pattern. It's called Azteca, and I redid it. I didn't block it, and in redoing it, I realized it's got a lot of work, and it's not making it through editing very well. So it's getting a timeout, but I finished it. I'm stuck on how to get it completed, so it's taking a time out, but I'm going to start working on something else really soon so I can get another pattern or two out there before school starts again in a couple weeks. So I want to get that done. So, but yeah, this is all I finished. That's it.
I don't have anything.
Okay. That's really surprising. But
Yeah.
that's okay. This is not about a competition. Who can finish the most? This is about, hey, what are you doing? Let's talk and let's have some fun. So that's what we're doing.
That's true. Fabulous.
Okay, so hanging on the wire.
Hanging on the wire. I have things.
Oh, things.
I have things. The first thing, this is new to hanging on the wire.
Those are pretty.
Yeah, these are some nice socks. Heritage print, cascade yarn. Look, this looks like I got mad Fair Isle skills, don't it?
It does. It's
Yep.
very pretty.
Mad Fair Isle skill. Aren't they cute? Just a plain vanilla sock, toe up. I think I'm using size 2, 64. Only this is done. This is it. Till I get to the heel, and then I'll do the other one. But as of right now, just
Sweet
one.
tomato heel.
Yep, that's my favorite heel for right now. Oh, the cal that we got going on. I have made progress. The Traveler Companion Shawl. Where you at?
Oh, you.
Nope. I just started.
Oh my
I
word!
caught up.
We're
I
like
caught up.
seriously just a couple. We're like within a row or two from each other. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah, because this is the
knit.
knit two
two over.
together or whatever.
I think I got to rip back because I made a boo boo. See, look. I think I got to rip back. But I'm making mine out of all mill ends from Stonehenge fiber mill. And also I modified the pattern, as you can tell. I'm not doing the make one right, make one left. I'm doing yarn overs instead. And Debbie's doing hers the correct way with make ones right
Well,
and make one left.
Well, I'm trying to learn. I'm learning how to do the make one left, make one right. Oh, I just remembered there was something else. I started my first swatch.
Get out.
Yeah, so
Good for you.
For the Master Knitter program, I started my first swatch. So
Good for
it's
you.
not all that interesting, but it's really the way that they have it. They really want you to concentrate on tension, and I'm like, okay, I'm looking at it, and it's like, well, how do I know that this is right or not? And just looking at it, and it's like, oh yeah, when I went to knitting, I should have brought it and asked one of the
If that was the
smarter
tensions.
folks. Yeah, but it just is so much fun.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, you just took your marker
Yep.
spot off.
The
You just
between meal centerpiece, and I am on row, according to my little cheat sheet, row 48. Yeah, and I put a picture of this on Instagram, but I folded it in half, so I'll just fold it in half here. But this is kind of where I'm at on it, and I have what 17 more rows to go.
It is not a hat.
Yeah, it's not a hat. And no, it's not. And my daughter already said that she'll take it for her house when she decides to move for her table. But she doesn't want me to trim it in black. She wants me to trim it in this mint green, which I'm all out of the mint green. I'm all out of the purple, and I'm all out of the black. This is about all I have left of this Lily merchandise cotton.
You don't want to
pull, which Aunt Lydia, I was not happy with you because during my couple cones that I had, there was knots. So I'm not a very happy camper with Aunt Lydia's thread currently.
Oh, I had one like that.
This is Lily.
It wasn't Lily. It was.
So far, Lily's not aggravated me, but Aunt Lydia, I'm a little aggravated with her.
It was one of my favorite brands too. Oh, Misty Alpaca. It had like 20 knots on one skein.
20 knots. And
It's
then
very rare for them too. And I should have turned it back in, but I didn't. So it was my fault. I should have been more persistent on that. But
And I did start another project, which I don't know why. I must have a screw loose.
no.
Oh, I do.
I'm rubbing off on you.
I know, but then I'm just like, oh.
I'm
let's
not.
see. I am.
It's all good.
I guess that's just my personality. This is Stitchy Jones Summertime Blues Remix. And it's pure BFL, 250 yards. It's really pretty. Of course, it's blue. Pull it back a little bit. And stringing a lot of beads. A lot of beads.
Are you
Strung on a lot of
counting
beads.
them, or you just...
No, I just strung on the beads. 6mm beads. I don't have a picture to show of it, but it is called the Madison Beaded Cowl, and this is, can't even see the beads, all that work on the beads. Can't even see them because they're silvery. Maybe when I get a little bit more leeway.
You can almost see the
little shimmer.
You can a little bit. When you play it back, you'll see it.
Yeah.
You'll be happier.
But this is going, and everything else from prior episodes that's not an escapee is still sitting because I've cast it on the things. And then the tour slowed me up too. So the tour is over.
Well, I
Bottle cap down.
kind of got stuck on trying to finish this design, and it's one that I'm so stuck on it. It needs to go away for a few. So probably
So it's just best if it goes away.
It needs to go away. I'm stuck. So
Revisit it.
It's going away.
That's
It's in timeout.
That's the solution. Get stuck, put it down.
There you go.
Put it down.
So I started working on, you know what, I'm almost finished with this row, and then it's easier to show. So
And this is what you have hanging on the wire?
yeah, so I just need like 4 more stitches. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I don't knit as fast as Sheila.
No.
It's true.
But I'm a thrower, so maybe... See, that should be a goal for next year.
I'm supposed
is to be a continental knitter.
Continentals are like, oh man, if I were a continental knitter, I'd be so fast. Yeah, no. You have to be Sheila, then you're fast.
But I'm a thrower. I think that might be a goal for next year, is to not be a thrower.
It's
Maybe.
okay. Everywhere you go to try and teach somebody how to knit, though, they want you to teach that way.
But I'm a crocheter. I shouldn't be a thrower.
So this right here,
You got to scoot that up. There you go. Look how nice that looks.
yeah, so the back and the front are going to be the same, and this is going to be something that you put like over
Put a
a
tank
tank top.
underneath.
Yeah, so like actually this tank top will work just fine. And then it's got to here is going to be where the sleeve is, somewhere about here.
Here.
And so it's going to be I'll do just a really quick something. But this is very, very, very easy. It's just straight knitting. You do a little bit of ribbing on the bottom, straight garter. You do have to do some purling at first when you go around. You knit and then you purl. I mean, it's so simple.
It's like your yarn's doing the pretty work.
Yeah, it is. And I have some ideas. Like if you're not able to find this, it is, what is it? Fun? No, it's not fun fur.
No,
but it's
like a funfetti, maybe?
Yeah, something like that. But if you don't have a funfetti or one of those...
It's got like little yellow and green and like mint in it.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you can see it.
So if you don't have one of those, you can always take like a solid cotton and then throw a different type of something.
Or like a thread?
A thread of some sort behind it. And then you could get about the same type of look to it.
Cute.
But no, I'm having a lot of fun on this one. And this one's a lot easier, and right now, just with what I've got going on, this is exactly, it's a simple project. And if you were Sheila, you could get it done in like 3 days. Okay.
Probably not. But you're using big needles, right?
Yeah, and for you, seriously, 3 days.
No.
It's a size 11 needles.
Size 11?
And then when you start off, it's like a 9 or 7 or 8.
Okay, so you move the needle size differently.
Yeah. But it's pretty nice. So I have that one going.
What else you got on the needles?
Well, that's all I have with me.
That's all you have with you?
There's some other ones that I've talked about, but right now I'm just doing simple. I haven't really worked on anything challenging. I'm just doing simple knitting. And some days it's just like that.
Do you ever notice when you have a lot of things going and you have challenging knitting, it's sometimes you forget how to do even the easiest without looking at the pattern?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what was that? What was that? And maybe...
And when it's times like those, it's just you need something excessively simple. And so I started working on a pattern that was excessively simple because I wanted to finish something. Because I was working on this one that was extremely difficult.
You finished that one in like 2 weeks.
That one I finished
2 weeks?
Probably a week.
In a week?
Yeah. It's pretty. It is a pretty fast knit. But even going from my notes from the previous one, it was all wrong. It's like, oh, how can you... Yeah, it's not even ready for editing. And then you have to do editing, and then you have to get to the test knitters. And it's not even to the point where you can even give it, anybody trying to knit it right now would just be so frustrated. You don't even know if you're coming or going, and they'd be right. And that's not what I want to do. So I'm doing something simple to try and give my mind a break from it. And then I'll work on something else. And when I'm done with this, I'll try and get into something a little bit different. But
fabulous. Alrighty then.
Yeah, I have other ones, but this is the only one I'm really working on right now.
Okie dokie. Let's see.
So,
what do we got?
Review markers.
Ooh, we have a review from a fellow podcaster who has opened up her own Etsy shop. Let's see here. Let me get him out. As a matter of fact, I have him on the Traveler Companion. Shaw. Nope. There it goes. Work down. Work down. And what we're reviewing today was sent to us by Ellie, who is the behind the Knitting Room podcast. But she also has an Etsy shop now. Color Rings by Ellie. Tuning in there. These are the cutest little things. Do you got yours?
I think I do. Oh, yes, I do.
Yes. These are the cutest. And the colors. Here's the packaging. I just want to say this packaging is so smart.
It's so darling.
It is just absolutely adorable. And these little markers are the snagless ones.
And then mine is like a rainbow. So it's
she's got the rainbow. And I got the gold and the yellow. And Ellie, these markers are so cool, has been gracious enough to send 2 extras. So these are up for grabs. If you're a member in our group, I'm going to do a thread. There'll be a prompt in order for you to be entered in to win this. And the prompt is going to be head over to Ellie's store. I'm going to put it in the thread. And let us know what colorways you like in her markers. And then in September, the first podcast in September, we'll draw for 2 winners. One for the purple with the blue beads. Just so cute. And then this one has the cranberry with the clear. And she's also been gracious enough to provide a coupon code that's good through September 15th for 10% off. Let's see, never cast off and save. I'll put the coupon code in the thread, but I believe it's never cast off and save. 10% off through September 15th. But I'll also create a thread
know if I can show it, if you guys can see it, but they're like a little bit blingy. Just the way that the
Yep, here they are. Here they are compared to the big, bulky, the plastic ones. They're kind of cute though, especially if you're doing a project where I don't think I would ever knit with orange, but these stitch markers are so cute, and I know I'm coming up because I can see it.
Yeah,
it's got the little bead on it.
Oh, cool.
That just like shimmers.
And it's perfect for seeing it exactly. And it's so
you see it coming up, and it's like, oh,
it's just a little. It's the bling is just it's there, and it's so classy.
Yeah,
it's so classy.
So if you get a chance, you want to check out Cool Rings by Ellie. And I'll post the thread in the group. Enter in, follow the prompt, and you might have yourself a pair of stitch markers, or you can just go over to her shop and get yourself a couple pair, because you know the holidays are coming up and they're good little gifts to give to your knitting buddies to throw in there. Or for Sweetest Day, we celebrate Sweetest Day here in Michigan.
We do.
You know, and your sweetie would be like, what do you want? You could be like, I want some stitch markers.
There they go. And they're on sale.
Yes. So,
oh, here's your knitting bag.
Oh, thank you for my sock. Thank you, thank you.
Okay.
So, let's see.
We did
Turdy Fleece. I just want to do a recap. So I did Turdy Fleece. This is my first year, and it was exhausting. But it was worth it. So I participated in the Fiber Pusher podcast, and also in Moms with Yarn, their podcast also was spinning. So I just want to do a recap. My goal was to do 20 ounces, which I did. I met my goal. It was tiring. I haven't touched my wheel since the tour is over with. But I just wanted to show, like, this was one skein here.
It's so pretty.
And this is 100% Polworth comb top. And the colorway is Paris Morning. And these are all 4-ounce braids that I did also. So this was the first one. Or it could be the second. I'm not sure. Ooh, this was a Miss Babs that I did. And this was also a 4-ounce braid. And it was merino, bamboo, and tussa silk.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like it is silk.
Yeah, it's got like a shimmer on it. Very pretty. A lot of green. I think the third one I did was this one here. Now those other two were 2-plied. This I did a Navajo ply because I wanted to save the color. And this was Fat Cat Knits in tomato salad, 4 ounces. BFL comb top. I think that Navajo ply, it uses up, you don't get a lot of yarn out of it compared to the 2-ply. And then I think this was the fourth one I did. This was also a 4-ounce colonial wool. And I think I did a Navajo ply on this one also because I wanted to keep the colors, and it's like a hot pink with a chocolate brown. So I think I did a Navajo ply on this one too, because it doesn't look chain plied as this would be the fifth one. And this one is also BFL, 4 ounces. So I bought 2 braids from the same person. This one I chain plied. And I can tell.
It's so pretty.
I'm telling you, after you give these things a bath, they just like plump up. It's like making bread. It's like, you know, they're all like skinny, and then they dry, and it's like, oh my gosh, look how plush that is. So this was my 5 skeins of yarn that normally would have took me 5 months, because I'm just making a skein of yarn once a month. And then I think next year is going to be the year of knitting with the hand spun. But that is my spinning. But I also wanted to mention too, for my efforts in Moms with Yarn, Sharon one of the co-hosts. Oh, and there's their little card there. You should really check out their podcast. It's her and Tracy, Sharon and Tracy. They're just wonderful. They have a Ravelry group, and also they're on YouTube. But I won in the tour group this braid of Secret Garden 50 merino, 50 bamboo swooshy.
Wow.
Is that swooshy? Isn't that lovely?
Oh my word.
So I got this, from Sharon from Moms with Yarn, and I just wanted to say thank you. I really appreciate it. I don't know when I'm going to spin it, because I'm kind of burned out right now.
When I saw
But you like it?
I love this.
Yes,
it's
that was
so soft. When I saw it, I'm like, oh, it's gonna have mohair in it. I'm like,
No mohair.
No mohair, and it's got the haze or whatever of mohair, but it's so soft.
Yeah, this was so sweet.
It's so soft, and it's got like a sheen to it. It is gorgeous.
Yeah. So this was very nice. This when I got the little PM, I was just like, oh my God, it was okay. That effort was worth it. This is so nice, and thank you very much, Sharon and Tracy. That was very sweet. And don't forget to give them a look-see too. They also have a podcast.
Moms with Yarn.
Moms with Yarn. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they're sweet. Sharon and Tracy.
So this is next.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Where's our thing? Oh yeah, we usually do a positive story at the end of our podcast.
But when I was reading it, it was so much fun. I'm like, can we do it earlier, please? Pretty, please, Mom. And Sheila said, okay.
So for all of you who maybe avoid the positive story, you might want to go get yourself something to drink.
Or just forward a little bit, whatever.
It's only like 2 or 3 minutes, but I seen this story on the internet, and of course everything on the internet's true. No. But I printed it, and I was just like, oh my God. And then Debbie read it tonight, and it was just like, holy smoke, that could be a theatrical story. Yeah. So anyway, take it away, Deb.
Bros and Rose. The real stories of men who knit. True or false? The multi-million-dollar knitting industry is the domain of grandmas.
No.
Right?
No.
False. Okay. Wrong. Okay. Men, not women, dominated the history of the craft. Today, U.S. and UK news story pop up about men who knit while in maximum security prison. I would think that they wouldn't really want to give them pointy objects, but that's okay. I love the craft, and it's not any more different than a pen. But men who knit while riding public transportation to work, elementary schools that teach knitting to all students, male and female. But the bird's eye view reveals that men ruled knitting for centuries, got sidetracked, and now are finding their way back to the knitting needles. I actually heard of a story of somebody who had hypertension, and the doctor told the man who had the hypertension, you should really learn how to knit. And yeah.
It's soothing.
It is. Here's one story, or at least a close approximation of it.
Okay.
About 200 years A.D., Arabian men were fishing for food, but they had no way to catch several fish at once. They caught one fish, then a second fish, and then it was like, geez, this slows down a camel. This is as slow as a camel. Oh, I'll learn to read. Then one day, perhaps, down by the docks, one of the guys was messing with, yarn, forming loops in it, and bam! Fishing net! Woohoo! They stuck the net in the water and caught a boatload of fish. And someone said...
Was it tilapia?
Oh, could be. And someone said, we just invented the fishing net. Who would have thought? And someone else said, let's invent sweaters. I told you it was. Okay, there was a very big deal because clothing back then was woven. And wearing woven clothes is like wearing a bed sheet. And if you've never looked at it, especially now that they're doing like 300 count or whatnot, try and pull that
Yeah, you
puppy.
can't. It's tight.
It is so tight.
It's tight.
And even like with with sewing, you can't get the needle through it very well. Try it. Seriously, it doesn't work very well. So like, if you're doing a quilt, you do not want to put a bed sheet as back from behind it, just for that reason. They don't stretch. Try wearing a hat or yoga pants made out of a bed sheet. Good luck. Soon, Arabian men were wearing gorgeous handmade sweaters. When they traded goods with neighboring lands, the neighbors were like, totally for sure, I love that. This is the most amazing piece of clothing. Teach me. Then the Middle Ages came, and knitting spread like the plague. Probably with it. There were knitting guilds.
Get out. 200 AD?
Guilds?
Oh, no. This
Middle
is the
Ages.
Middle Ages.
I'm not.
So
okay.
the knitting guilds were created in the Middle Ages.
Yeah, which were labor unions. And again, this is where men we're talking about. The guild's head honcho would say, they were probably like mob bosses, join us, we'll protect your income, we'll give you insurance, we'll give you benefits. If your wife dies, we'll help you with the funeral ceremony. Nice stuff like that. I think there's like a little bit of...
Sounds like a mob boss.
Yeah, and just like a little bit of sarcasm in there as like your wife dies, you know, and I mean, anyways, but they were also businessmen, and so they controlled quantity, quality, and pricing of knitted goods. But if you were a super popular knitter and wanted to monopolize the industry, the guild would get in your face and be like, stop it. We don't let anyone dominate because it would hurt the other members. So they, seriously, it probably was like a mob, or the beginning of the mob. No. And if anybody is part of the mob, I respect the mob a lot. Teenage boys who wanted to become knitters would become apprentices and leave their families to live with the master knitters. The master knitter's family would say, we'll give you food and a place to stay to live while you knit your jackets, stockings, and felted caps. And then I'm hearing master knitters, and I'm thinking the TKGA, you know.
Master knitters?
And I'm like, oh man, maybe I should offer to come live in their basement. In maybe 6 years, the young man would take the equivalent of a knitting SAT test. One part was a business test, and he had to prove he knew the trade inside and out. Part 2 was a skills test. He'd have to knit a really complicated thing and do a fantastic job in order to pass. Okay, so the master knitting program is the 3 parts. So this was back then. Now you have 3 parts, and it's voluntary. But you don't have to commit 6 years. Okay, so enter the 16th century, a new era of invention, and long story short, the end of male domination in knitting. People started inventing all kinds of stuff like flush toilets and bottled beer. I really don't know what that had to do with knitting. In 1589, an English minister named William Lee invented a knitting frame, and then 2 other people inventing knitting machines. These machines cranked about blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. These machines cranked at about 7 million stitches per minute. No one could knit that fast, even Sheila. But she was alive back then, so she would have put the men to shame. She knit so fast. So men quit knitting, which is kind of sad. Then came Wars 1 and 2, and boys in schools started to knit for the troops because the U.S. and British governments asked everyone to knit. Schools would have contests, like who could make the most noise with their knitting needles, which of course the boys just loved. Socks, bandages, helmet liners. Those are some of the things made out of the squares the students knit. The soldiers would get the handmade items and be like, "Oh, thank you for the handmade socks. I feel loved and cared for even though I'm standing in a trench." Meanwhile, according to several reports, more men than ever are knitting in the U.S. and the U.K. In the U.S., the Craft Yarn Council estimates right now 2 million boys and men now knit. These are college students, doctors, musicians, stockbrokers, Hollywood stars, inner city youth, snowboarders, all who are taking up the 1,800-year-old craft, not out of necessity, but because they find it meditative, creative, or an avenue to connect with others. And such pastimes, no matter their history, are pure gems. So that was the story, and thank you for letting me read it.
You're welcome. Remember, it came from the internet.
And then I ad-libbed a little bit, sorry.
I thought it was pretty interesting. They're like, okay, yeah, men are gonna take the credit for starting knitting too. They take the credit for inventing everything.
They do.
Oh, except Spanx. I think a woman invented Spanx.
I do remember seeing, like, you can find pictures of men standing there knitting socks.
Really?
So, I mean, like the 16 or 1800s, something like that. So, that was something that the men did do back then.
Interesting.
So, yeah. So, next is the satellite store.
The satellite store. Let's see. I got a couple of cute little things for the satellite store. I do. Let's see. The satellite store. Oh. Mill ends. I got two more. Doesn't they look good together?
Yes.
Okay, so this is two separate skeins.
That's two.
And this is the way when I go to the store and I find mill ends that I like, and I'm like, oh, I could put those together. So the first thing I do in the store, and I always ask too, is if I can separate and open up this mill end, and if I can open this mill end. And then I take them and I twist them together so I can get a pretty good feel of what it's going to look like.
And if the colors match.
Yep. So two skeins.
Beautiful.
Yep. It's from Stonehenge.
Stonehenge
Stonehenge,
fiber.
yep.
Oh.
Stonehenge Fiber up there in Michigan. So this is the purchase there. I got these little beauties. Oh, I also got something in from an Etsy shop. The cutest thing ever. And Winemaker's Sister, Heather Price. Heather Price. This was the front of the card.
That's really classy.
Come in this little packaging thing here. Piece of candy. No, just kidding. Want a piece of candy? Coffee candy.
Whoa.
These are the cutest things I've seen. This is a stitch marker.
Oh, that is darling.
In the shape of Michigan. Isn't that just the cutest thing? Out of wood.
Is wooden. Oh,
Yep.
that's great.
So it's actually a stitch marker because there's no clasp to grab. But I thought that was the cutest thing. It has the mitten and also the UP. And it was only a couple dollars. I thought that was the cutest thing. But yeah, if you like that, I don't know if she does other states, but she is the Winemaker Sister on Etsy. I just thought that was adorable. And I think that's it. Okay, your turn. Satellite store.
My stuff is actually from this. Do we
Okay.
want to talk about that early? Okay.
The Maker Faire.
Yay!
We went to the Maker Faire.
We did. We had so much fun. Oh my gosh.
Here's our badge.
Yes. We
And-
both got one.
And then on the other side, we were supposed to put our name.
I didn't know that. I hate name tags. I
Yeah.
rip them off and throw them
But
away.
you know what?
As soon as...
You had to put this on.
Oh, I wore my.
We sat at the
thing.
needle arts area
Yes.
inside the Maker Faire. And if you ever get a chance to go to the Maker Faire, it is so cool. And it's always in July, around the end of July, at the Henry Ford Museum.
That's in Michigan. They do have them around. A couple
Dearborn?
of them around the country.
Dearborn, Michigan.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is huge. They give you a great map.
They do.
Yeah. But we volunteered there on the 26th for 5 hours.
Something like
4 or
that.
5 hours or something like that. I taught mostly, I don't want to say boys, college men and junior high boys how to knit the whole time I was there.
I ended up having a 6-year-old who. She should come back in a year or two.
Did you taught all knitting or crochet or?
It was a little bit of both. We were opposite. I can't remember. I think
I did all knitting.
then I did all crocheting.
I taught all knitting. And
It was a
no
little
girls.
It was a little bit. At first it was knitting, then it was crocheting, and I had mostly. Well, the first 4 were knitters, and they picked it up like this because they were already crafters. So they were crocheters trying to learn how to knit, or I haven't knit in 5 years and I just really want a refresher, so it was that type of stuff. So it was really, really easy ones at first, and then it switched to crochet, and then it went from there.
It was pretty fun though. I sat next to an alpaca. No, she was an alpaca farmer. And how many alpacas she have?
I can't remember.
I want to say she had 14, and she said she had the black, the white, the tan. Oh, she was telling me about her farm. It just sounded lovely.
Yeah, my brother's got 2 acres, so but as much of a farm as you can have on 2 acres, they have chickens and bunnies and fish and cat and a dog.
So if you want an alpaca, can you put it on his farm?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I mean, they'd have to put a
Cage,
fencing or something.
fencing. Okay,
But
we're sidetracked. Sorry.
Okay, so this was it was already spun, and it's I didn't want to take this out.
Cute.
It's
Cascade Yarns.
Cascade 220, and this is for you.
Really?
Yeah,
How come?
because you didn't get many that you liked. So.
I like Cascade 220.
You don't?
I
bet.
do.
Yeah, I know.
I do.
And
Thank
you're
you.
like, I don't want any more mystery yarn. So I grabbed the mystery yarn, and she was happy to not. There was some organic cotton and linen. I thought I grabbed more than there was, than one skein, but apparently I have one skein of this, which this will be great for washcloth. This is mystery yarn.
No
when
label.
No label. It
Looks like the fall.
It does. It's gonna be a beautiful scarf probably, or shawl. I don't know, something like that. But it's so fluffy, and I just love it. Ooh, there's a little bit of blue in there. So it's mostly greens and browns.
Very fallish.
My phone hasn't been working all day, and now it chooses to go off. I need a new one. I got some. I think this is older yarn. It's like Funfetti or whatever. I pulled a piece out to show. So I have 2 of this color, and then I have the same thing in brown.
Brown and
Whole
gold.
bunch of it, and then
Called Flavola.
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 And Lana Grossa.
Lana Grossa?
she's a designer, and I've seen her stuff around, but I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm butchering the name. I should probably know the name.
Lana Grossa.
And then there's like 5 black, and then I want just to show this. This to me is a cool
Open
color.
it up.
So
Cute.
that's pretty close to the color, even though it's kind of blurry. And it's just pretty, and then the black is the same. So I have no clue what I'm going to do with them. The black is going to be very painfully difficult to knit with.
Think so?
But
Do it on big
just-
needles.
yeah, that would work.
I don't know what you're gonna make with it.
Yeah, so that's what I got from there, and I just had so much fun getting free yarn. And I just wanted to check my bag and see if there was anything else. Nope, that's about it. Yeah.
I think this is our 3rd year.
Your third, my second.
Oh no, I've did this prior when I was in the guild.
Oh,
Um,
but it was 2
2.
years for us.
2. So I got 3. So this is my 5th year, and then 2nd year with Debbie. But it's really fun. If you get a chance to go, they have a lot of make it and take it areas where you can make
Drops,
things and take them.
Bindle, and they were asking if anybody
Needlepoint.
who knows tatting. They need volunteers for tatting so they can offer it.
Yeah, there was none.
Needlepoint, cross stitch, that kind of stuff. They
Crochet, knit.
need. Well, they don't need volunteers for crochet and knit. I don't
No,
think.
there was a lot of people there though, but it was a really fun day. We seen who did I see? Darth Vader there, the stormtroopers, R2D2, C3PO.
Oh, you know, for me, many times I'm starting to realize that if I were to stop and do something just for a minute, I would appreciate life so much more. And for the rest of my life, I'm going to regret not saying, okay, I was volunteering my time. I had the right to say, I need a minute. And
I want to go hug Darth Vader and get a picture.
I wanted to get the picture with me and you and the stormtrooper. That would have been so much fun to put out there for you guys. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. So
Well, we can go there next year.
They also gave us these cool glasses.
It says Making Science. I think they're from Google.
I don't know. So they were like safety glasses. And so,
yeah, they look good on you.
okay, so I guess I should wear safety glasses. Hey, I probably would have used them on Thursday if I would have remembered. But they're not sunglasses. But that's
No.
okay. So I have
They're
a
cute.
pair of safety glasses
Let me
now.
take my
I'm
badge off.
Just looking for something to use them on.
My Maker Faire badge.
Watch out, I'm looking for something to use them on. So, that is the Maker Faire.
The Maker
You
Faire.
were just letting me skip all around. I feel like I'm getting away with something.
No, not at all.
Oh, well, it's fun. Okay, so Christmas in July.
Oh, yeah, we want to revisit that. So, Christmas
Oh.
in July and extending into August. So, we're already on August 8th. So, there's 31 days. So, we got less than 20 some days. So, we have a thread in the group, and it's limit 2 posts per person. Post your Christmas craft. And the prizes are... You good with your
Trendsetter.
Bacopa?
Oh, I looked at
4
Trendsetter.
skeins of Bacopa. And this is 45% Visico, 35% cotton, and 20% linen. So this will be the first prize. 4 skeins here. Right?
Mhm.
Right. The second prize is compliments of Andrea the Cat Lady. And she also has a podcast. She's located here in Michigan. And I know last time I said this was crocheted, and shame on me, she knitted this little kitty. If I could set it right on the monitor, it'd be so cute. But this is a little knitted cat. The Cat Lady.
Oh, it's too bad that you can't.
So I'm going to put the cat in the bag.
Oh, the cat's in the bag!
She also sewed up this pretty project bag. Drawstring, has the red on the inside. Very pretty. And her signature clip. So this is prize number 2. But you have to be a member of the group. All the rules and regulations are in the thread. But time's running out on this. So make sure you jump in. Post 2. You can do 2 separate. And we'll draw for this the first podcast in September. Just as we will draw for Ellie's stitch markers.
Do you want to do
the
that
first...
one the second? So that we're not doing 2 or...
No, we'll just draw them all together. That way when I go to the post office, I go to the post office and everybody's out.
Okay.
So, yeah. Join...
In regards to contests, the last one that we announced on the last podcast...
What episode is this? This is episode 18.
Oh.
Episode 18.
Well,
So
nobody's contacted me yet from 17. So the winners are in 17. So if you didn't watch it
Go back.
and you entered, go back and watch it. We're not re-announcing them. You have to the end of this month. Otherwise, we'll do another one with the 2, the presents, or not the presents, the...
I want a present.
Yeah, the 2, whatever they're called. We'll do that for a next one for next month.
Yep.
If you don't, let us know. But hopefully you do. Let us know.
So yeah, all the drawing will be in September. So make sure you enter in. Oh, DIY. I have some DIY stuff.
Good.
I do. Okay, it's half a DIY stuff. So I'm starting to make... Where's my little pop bottles? Of course, these old Coke caps.
Those are cool.
With the cork in them. Where was that Pepsi one? Look how old this thing is. That old Pepsi cap. And it has cork in it.
them. It's probably got to be really good for like...
So that's what I'm recycling with making these hot mats. But this hot mat, I don't think it's going to be big enough. I was going to give it to my brother-in-law. So I'm going to need to cover some more of these caps with the flame material and then glue them on and then do the cutout of this felt.
Ooh,
So
flamey.
yeah, they're flaming. That means it's hot. It's a hot mat. That's done. Oh, and then these are washed. See, I'm showing you things that are not even done, but anyway. So for the 2 nieces, went to the store and this is what, flannel?
Yes.
It's flannel material. So this is going to be one pillowcase for one of the girls. And of course the little one, she's still stuck on Frozen. She even wants to start wearing her Frozen crocheted hat I made her with the 2 little braids. It's the Frozen girl with the 2 braids. I forget what her name is.
Anna? Not Anna.
It's Anna, yeah. I made her an Anna hat. And she wants to start wearing it now. But yeah, she's going to get this, a pillowcase, flannel with Anna and Elsa. And then I came to the conclusion that I made some of these zipper bags for Tour de Fleece. So what I was doing was I was splitting the 4-ounce braid and I was putting 2 ounces in this bag and 2 ounces in another bag. Well, come to find out, because I didn't think ahead, I was having a lot of problems with the fiber sticking in the zipper. So basically, I'm going to take the fleece from now on out of this, and all the fleece is going to go in these drawstring bags.
Oh, what a good tip.
But as the tour was going on, I had these bags sitting in the living room when I was spinning, and I'm one of 5, so my siblings were like, oh, of course, I'm sure everybody hears that. Where did you get that bag? That just kills me, like I don't have the skill set. But anyway. So, sisters want bags now. So I thought, I'm going to make up some bags. So I made this one up here. And it has the, what is it? Makes it a little stiff. Interfacing?
Stabilizer?
Yep.
Okay.
So this one here is going to be for my daughter. She doesn't know it yet, but because she travels and she kind of likes these color theme. And then I also made this one here.
Ooh, how beautiful.
A little thicker with the pink, but there's no pull on it there. Also, got this here.
It's pretty.
Yeah, all this experimenting. And it has the pink in there, kind of just plain, with the purple zipper. So I made one of those. And then, of course, I thought, you know what? Spring's over with, but I like this little bee pattern. So just made another little bag, little handle. Not the best sewing, but it'll do the job. And then, of course, this was the one that I originally did, and you probably can't see it, but it's like there's fuzz like all over the zipper because I had a braid in here.
Yeah, I see a little.
See it? And it made it so hard to do the zipper. But I have that one there. So, and then I saved this one here, this little bag, and I thought, I'm not going to put a drawstring in it. So I sewed Velcro instead of doing a drawstring. So now when I split that braid, that swishy, I could put 2 ounces in this. I could put 2 ounces in this bag.
I would suggest to stick with these. It's gonna get all
Stuck in the Velcro?
on that Velcro. You're gonna hate that you did that, and it'll never come out. Is my suggestion, but I mean.
Oh, and then I had this other one here too. This other bag. Oh, can I add 2 more things from the satellite store?
Absolutely.
See, look, this is the fuzz.
It wouldn't be a show if you didn't add something.
I know, I'm sorry. This was from a D-Stash on Ravelry. Can I just say I made a pair of socks out of this brand? And this is my favorite pair of socks. Not necessarily the color, but this brand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I put those socks on and I don't even feel like I'm wearing socks. And then I got this opal.
You like those too?
Yeah, I like the opal. My daughter went to Germany. She brought me back a couple skeins of opal yarn. I haven't touched them yet, but I will touch them eventually. And I think that's all I have. What were we on? Oh, DIY.
We're on whatever you want to be on.
So yeah.
You're letting me get away with stuff, so not a problem.
So yeah, these are Christmas, and Christmas. I kind of like the material, but I'm not going to have any more of it because this was the last of that. But yeah. So yeah, doing a lot of sewing. That's maybe why I don't have knitting, because I went from spinning to bag making. So now that I'm done bag making,
you're probably going to have somebody, you should sell that.
No, I'm not selling them. Sorry. I'm not going to sell them.
Fiber Fair.
Oh yeah. So if you're in the state of Michigan, this from August 12th through August 16th in Allegan, Michigan.
It's on the west side.
The west side of the state. There's a huge fiber festival.
What is it? Michigan Fiber?
I think it's just, I just have it listed as
no, I can't believe I don't remember. Naomi called me. Oh,
yeah.
Let me look it up. I put it on my phone.
It's a huge fiber festival. I believe they're going to have livestock out there, tons of vending, all kinds of things. Unfortunately, we won't be able to make it out there. But Debbie is going to look it up correctly on her phone. So if you want, you could Google it. And if you're in Michigan, possibly make your way out there, check it out, and then let us know how it was, what you bought.
Michigan Fiber Festival.
It's the Michigan Fiber Festival?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's from August 12th through the August 16th.
Yeah.
So if you go, let us know.
Yeah.
Make a comment. post something in the group, put something
Wanna
on
go
YouTube
play
for us.
with the animals.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think,
And are we done? Oh my
Oh.
God, the show is over.
as always, if you would like us to review and promote your shop or your yarn or your patterns or whatever, send us a PM and we'll let you know how to do it. And we just love the ones that Ellie sent because she sent some for us plus ones to give away.
Yeah.
And that's what we prefer. So, but yep, just give us a PM and then we'll be able to go ahead and let you know what's going on with that. And we have a few going on, but by the end of September, we're going to be looking for a new something to give away. And we hope it's from you.
Yeah. You know, I was talking to what was it, Annette, I believe. So let me just throw this out there. If there's any other podcasters out there who would like to do a combo knit along, crochet along, send me a PM or send Deb a PM.
In September, we're going to be looking
Yeah.
for a new one.
We'd be interested in doing something with other podcasters because
Yeah, a joint knit along or
Yeah.
something like that.
that would
Absolutely.
be fun. That would be really fun.
Even if there were a few of us, not a problem. We could make it fun, and then that would be something we could, yeah.
That would be really nice. I mean, make new friends and get into the community, and it would just be good all the way around.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Alrighty then.
so for everybody that's joined us, thank you very much.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
great to have you. Yay!
I'm sorry, we're saying it at the end, and thank you for watching us on a weekly or bi-weekly basis.
And
Thanks for subscribing.
And for everybody who is coming back, we appreciate
Yep.
you even more.
Yep.
And so with that, I would like to say have a great day.
Have a good evening and enjoy
week.
yourself.
Enjoy the sun while it
Be well.
lasts. Be well.
Be well, knit, have fun. Oh, she's going to cut me off again.
Oh, get ready quick.
Help!
Oh, I can't do it.